Well, I've driven really good stuff ever since 1988. I did drive a couple of slugs back in the early 80s, but since then, that is, you can't do that without superior, just superior effort and equipment, but effort on top of that. It's more than equipment that does that. And I think all of you know that I do work real hard at it, and I know that I have to work harder at it than the guys that are 20 years younger than me, and I'm willing to do that to be able to continue to compete. But make no mistake, MWR and Rodney Childers, have good stuff, and they're making gains and they're making progress, and they showed that last year in the last 10 races. And I hadn't been in the car very much, but I've been in it here, I've been in it at Daytona, and I've been in it at New Smyrna, and it's good stuff. So I couldn't do it without that stuff, without that kind of effort, and so I feel really blessed.
Questions now for Mark. Raise your hand, and we'll take some questions. Any questions for Mark Martin? Go ahead, Lewis, and then Lee, then Bob.
Kind of a fun one. In the movies, there's a guy like in the military or in the CIA. I keep trying to get out, and they keep pulling me back in. You're going to be racing next year if you want to. I was wondering, did you...
Whoa. I have a contract for next year.
Oh, okay.
All right, so don't even start that, okay? I have a contract for next year to drive the 55. So.
All right. So then tell us about tomorrow. Tony said he likes a slick track. Do you like a slick track?
Not as much as Tony does. I like any track, just about. But Tony is the master. He is to me. He's the. This maybe doesn't mean a lot to a lot of people today, but he's the modern. This is saying a lot. He's the modern day AJ Foyt, and that means a lot to me. Just the people that didn't grow up in that era probably don't get that. But I know what it means. And so, he probably does look forward to it getting as slick as it can. But we will deal with whatever we have to deal with, and be happy to have the challenge.
Let's go. I think Lee had a question up front, and then back to Bob. Or just get Bob while you're there. Right there. He's right there.
Bob Pockris, Scene Daily. I mean, what does this do you feel like for your group, for you to be on the pole in just your second race? I mean, I'm sure they had confidence and everything, but does it provide any sort of a spark or anything?
I'm sure that it makes Rob Kaufman and Michael Waltrip and the folks from Aaron's who, kind of stuck their neck out there to hire an old guy. This probably makes them feel a little bit better about it. It makes me feel a little bit better about it too. But it's truly a tribute to what they, how hard they're trying to step their game up, at MWR, and with having Martin and Clint at the top of the board at the end of practice yesterday. I think is just another example of that, and hopefully we can keep that going. This is one little thing, but it is really nice, and I wanted it so much for MWR and for Rodney, because that guy's heart and soul is into this thing like I can't believe, and it's really, really, really going to be fun to work with Rodney. I had not paid any attention to him, and did not realize what an incredible committed talent that he is, and I look forward to seeing him get a chance to hopefully shine with an old guy behind the wheel.
Go ahead, Lee.
Lee Spencer, Fox Sports. For that old guy, do you think some of your veteran experience has helped you get around this track with the repay, because it is not the same track it once was?
I don't know. I was so nervous about making the qualifying thing because I wanted to be able to go out there and throw it all out, go all out, because I knew I had a good race car, but I knew I couldn't. So now it was going to be so easy for me to either underdrive it or overdrive it. I overdrove it the second lap and almost wrecked it down there. I didn't even run my second lap in 1 and 2. Yeah, so I felt a lot of pressure because I wanted it for them. I want it for them. I want the success for them. I see how hard they're trying and how much they're putting into it, and I want to see them succeed. So I was relieved to get back around here and to have it wind up being first was even better. So I have been around and I've done a lot of things and I've worked with a lot of people, but I haven't had the opportunity to drive for a driver, Michael Waltrip, somebody that I look up to and respect, whose words before qualifying probably made the difference in me getting the pole and not. And I'm not going to tell you. And I just want everybody to know that I'm excited about it even more now. Michael wants it too. He's been asking me questions this weekend. He's engaged. And to have a driver who's not driving, so he's not busy and all consumed. You can't do other things when you're focused on the driving thing. So when he's not driving, he can see things that I can't see because I'm just in that tunnel. And I think that he'll bring that and make me better. So it's a really exciting time just to have an opportunity to be racing in fast cars is wonderful. This is what I love, and I'm so glad to be able to still be doing it.
Right here to Reed, please.
Reed Spencer with NASCAR Wire Service. Mark, can you comment on the addition of Elliott Sadler to the 55 team, and are you relieved that we won't be asking you why you don't get in the car for 5 more races?
I'm thrilled that Elliott is going to get to drive. Elliott deserves an opportunity. Elliott could win. He could win the race at Bristol. They have an incredibly fast car and set up for Bristol, and he's really hungry, and he's I'm a fan of his, and so I'm thrilled for my team and Rodney to get a chance to have him fill the seat. It's very exciting.
Back corner, go ahead.
Mark Armijo, the Arizona Republic. Mark, with it being going to be about 10 degrees warmer tomorrow, what do you envision racing conditions to be?
Gosh, I'm going to have to watch this nationwide race. I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure because it is going to be hot, and I wouldn't have thought that would have made the track loose. But it is some kind of loose today, and I'll have to see what happens as the nationwide race goes on, if it tightens up or not. I don't know what to expect for sure. We just don't have enough knowledge, and the track is completely different. When you look at it, you can visually see it's nothing like what it visually looked like when we were here last because of all the black and the rubber. And yesterday it drove like great, sticky, good. Today not so much. So I'm not sure. I'm going to be watching this nationwide race with my eyes peeled.